Twyford Waterworks is an Edwardian pumping station containing a unique selection of buildings and machinery within a rural downland setting in the heart of Hampshire. In 1985, the Twyford Waterworks Trust was incorporated as a charity to run it. The Trust obtained a lease for the redundant parts of the site in 1992. With the privatisation of the water supply industry, the works passed to Southern Water Services, who are the present owners of the site and who still extract 5 million gallons from the original boreholes. Although built and extended over 30 years, the main buildings present a coherent set of high-quality public works buildings of the early 20th century, when authorities had a pride in their public facade. Twyford is one of the most complete boiler houses left in terms of its equipment and unique in having a rank of 3 Babcock and Wilcox WIF water tube boilers. The site is unique in having both water extraction and a complete water softening treatment plant. Chalk for the lime kilns was quarried on site, and the Clark process softening plant stands complete, with sections still workable. The 5 bottle kilns and their servicing system and railway, the hydraulic engines working the railway incline and the lime mixing plant, the carbon dispenser, the Haynes filters, even the mixing bell housing where the water meets the lime water in the softening tank are all still in situ. The increase of the population in the area in the 1920s and 1930s led to a large expansion of the waterworks. The diesel house was built to house diesel pumping sets to supplement the steam engines. It contains 2 Ruston sets, one to raise water from a new well under the building and one to supply the service reservoir. A 3rd pumping set to transfer water from Twyford to Yew Hill service reservoir was delivered before the completion of the diesel house. It was placed in its own temporary wooden hut, where it remains to this day. The 1916 extension to the boiler house, which was built to house the Babcock and Wilcox boiler of 1916. The boiler has been left as a skeleton, so you can see how it was constructed and functioned. In the original part of the building are 2 Babcock and Wilcox boilers, the left-hand one of which was installed in 1906 and is being returned to steam with the aid of money from the Heritage Lottery Fund. Only 4 Babcock and Wilcox boilers survive to this day, and Twyford has 3 of them. The engine house contains the 1914 Hawthorne-Davy triple expansion steam engine, which could pump up to 11 megalitres of water per day up to the service reservoir. The well is situated in the adjacent room behind the bricked-up archway. The filter house. Most of the limescale produced by the softening process settled in the softening tank, and the rest was removed by the Haynes patent filters in the tanks to the south side of the filter house. On the other side of the central gangway are 2 small pumping sets, typical of a private supplies, a Crossley gas engine driving a Climax pump, and a Lister diesel engine driving a Tangy pump. The lime kilns. The lime softening process used requires supplies of quicklime, which was made from chalk from the quarry burnt in these lime kilns. It was a labour-intensive process and was an extremely hazardous environment in which to work. Here the quicklime produced in the kilns was slaked with water to make a dilute solution of calcium hydroxide called lime water. This was added to the water from the wells in the softening tank and precipitated out most of the calcium carbonate or limescale. Twyford Waterworks has regular open days throughout the years, and they make for a very pleasant few hours of real history.